What's up, YouTube? What's up, Discord? So FedEx earnings. FedEx reports tomorrow in the after hours. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday. And in the Discord, I've obviously been saying I'm pretty bearish on it, right? It's, everything is ripping right now. It's down from its all-time highs quite a bit. It's down about 35% from its all-time highs. But I mean, the price is not so much reflecting this de minimis situation and some other factors in the shipping environment, in my opinion. So today, some of you may or may not know, but I basically fix and repair collectible cards on the side. I've done cards, guys. I've done cards that are $40-50 that people, it's like a sentimental value type situation, but I've done cards as high as $135,000 Magic the Gathering Alpha Black Lotus. I've done 3 of those, and this one was particularly high grade when I was complete with it. So I've done a big range, but often it involves shipping. It's very rare that I have local business. I've done local, but it's very rare. And then it's increasingly rare that it's not someone from the USA. There's a lot of people that it's global, but most of them, I would say, are from the USA. So I went to ship something today through Net Parcel by PayPal. So I would imagine PayPal is oddly enough going to feel some of this hitting it. And other companies that have accounts that give you cheaper shipping if you print online. I normally use UPS. Wasn't even able to do it. They took UPS off because of issues with the de minimis and paperwork and so forth. They used to have FedEx, but they took that off a while ago. And so now they're only left with Purelator and Canada Post. That's it. And I can't imagine Purelator is going to last very much longer either. I don't know. Because it seems like anything, express is just getting taken away. You can ship express, but it's through Canada Post. And they're basically on strike right now. So the whole situation is interesting to say the least. But I was talking with the employee at the store because it was a shitstorm. I couldn't figure out what was owed. This is the first time. I've shipped even as last week, and it wasn't really an issue. Things were still kind of iffy. They billed me randomly $8 on a zero duty item just last week, just for no reason. They were like, "Oh, paperwork preparation fee, $8." So I basically had to pay them $8 to mail my own package, and I did all the paperwork anyways. But then they claimed they had to prep some shit, and this is UPS, by the way. They claimed they had to prep something and send me an invoice in the mail for $8. So basically, I'm going to call them when I get home and tell them to, pound sand, because it's $0 and I did the paperwork. I'm not going to pay them $8. Take it off my account, send it to collections. I'm not going to pay $8. I paid them before, and I'm tired of it. If you're going to bill me when you did nothing and the duties was nothing, GFY, right? So anyways, couldn't send the item online, couldn't print at home because I had no clue what the fees were. I had to do all this extra work. Guys, mailing in 2025 should be very simple. Email and text message has gotten rid of a lot of not letter mail. Letter mail is pretty much non-existent. It exists, but substantially less, okay? Why is it difficult to mail packages in 2025? It should be very straightforward. This is what it'll cost you to go from here to there. Put all of the fees and everything, put it in the price. Give us one price that we pay at the register, and don't bother us with anything else. Or online, wherever, right? Okay? Couldn't figure it out. It's basically, it was literally, guys, it was a window. It was the minimum will be $12.99 plus a USD, by the way, and I'm Canadian, plus a $1.99 fee, so $14.98 up to $80. I was like, what do you mean up to $80 for this one card? The parcel weighs less than 1 pound. Okay? It's one card. A Pokemon card that someone wanted fixed. Like, okay. So I just said, screw it. I went to Canada Post. I'm getting somewhere. Don't worry. I went to Canada Post. Couldn't mail it without downloading some app called Zonos, which will calculate a bunch of fees and duty and tariffs and all this shit. So even Canada Post is like, we don't want anything to do with this crap. Use this app. The app has a 1.3 star rating on Google Play Store. You can't even go 0 rating. You can only go to 1. So probably the employees and the owner said 5 stars, and everyone else is saying 1 star because it's a scam. This is a major tax scam by both sides, Canada and U.S. government, to rip off everyday people for simply trying to keep the economy moving by moving mail and items, okay? And it's on everything. So anyways, I get it done. It wound up only being like 14 something, okay? And no duty and no tariffs and a significant amount of time, and I had to drive to the location and all this shit to mail one thing, whereas I could just print it online before drop it off. Not an issue. And I kind of, you know, I don't want to get into it, but whatever. It could have or should have potentially been more. I ask her, okay, because of this whole de minimis, have you noticed foot traffic reduced? She says substantially. That's her words, not mine. I was like a lot of people stopped. She's like, yeah, oh yeah, it's way down. She's like, it's too expensive for people a lot of the times, and it's way down. And there's even some things you can't ship anymore, and I'll get to that in a second. So they've even restricted what items can go down there. So, anyways, and because I specifically mentioned like drop shippers as well. I said like, you guys, was this like a big drop shipping location? And she's like, yeah, it's we get it all the time. And I was like, is that down? And she's like, yeah, it's way down. FedEx is probably going to be experiencing the same pains, guys. If you can avoid shipping internationally, you probably would right now. There's not going to be a lot of upside to disgruntling all your customers by charging all these fees. You know, plain and simple. Went to UPS right after just to get the scoop. It's called due diligence, guys. It's called DD, and I'm going right to the horse's mouth. The people that are mailing packages day in and day out. Went to UPS, asked them a bunch of questions. First and foremost, she said that they used to be able to ship food, so candy or you name it, right? Maybe you go somewhere and there's special candies that you can't get. Like Canada has ketchup chips. I guess that's not a thing in the USA. You know, maybe you go to Britain and you get some candy, whatever. Packaged food that is in a package. It's not like seeds. So it's not butter, because we got the butter mafia up here who doesn't allow outside butter. Packaged food, can't ship it. So I don't know how much of a business that was for UPS. I'm imagining FedEx, it's the same. It's a chunk. Those numbers are going to be down when FedEx reports. Then you got, I asked her the same thing. There was a bit of a language barrier with the girl at the UPS because she was not a native English speaker. But she basically said packages are down. She also said like it's way cheaper. I compared in-store and online, and it's way cheaper to do it online. Which for the franchisee sucks for them. So if it was like $12 less, guys, it was a lot. I would not ship through them. I'm sorry. I get that you're providing a service and you want to be open for people, but it's like, shit, why would I pay you guys $27 when online it's $17? $14 to $17. But even her, she's like, there's been so many packages that we try to send it, and then it gets stopped at the border, and most of it gets returned because they ask for all this additional information that they should already have, or that the sender is not able to produce. She said it's been such a headache that a lot of people simply aren't sending the packages. And a lot of them aren't even arriving at their destination. So if you order something online and it doesn't arrive, what are you going to do? Get a refund. Business is going to lose. UPS is still going to make some brokerage fees. I don't know. I guess they're still going to make fees on the money side. Shipping. Customer gets their money back. They're unhappy. They needed a product. They wanted an item. They can't get it. So the buyer and the seller lose here. UPS wins. So maybe FedEx wins in that regard. But now you're creating a scenario where in the future, customer is not going to buy the items from international sellers, or the seller is not going to sell to international customers. What is that going to do? Reduce the amount of parcels. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, seems to think that things will change overnight. That buy American, like that's just automatically an option. That's not an option for a lot of things. Same in Canada. Mark Carney. I'm going to spend $40 billion on 3 million homes and charge $3.5 million for fucking little houses. The guy's a total idiot. And it's the same thing with this. Trump was specific. Drop tariffs, so we will drop tariffs on you. CUSMCA. Canada, United States, Mexico agreement, right? Drop the tariffs. We dropped some of them, but not all of them, I guess. Not enough to satisfy Trump. Trump is keeping the tariffs. Businesses are going to be stifled by this on both sides. This is hurting small business and individuals the most, but it is definitely still going to impact big business. Amazon is a big business, but it's only a big business because it's comprised of millions of small businesses, millions of business owners who buy and sell. Amazon is essentially like eBay, a marketplace. That's what it is. Amazon doesn't typically directly buy and sell anything. They are buying and selling through drop shippers, through account holders, through people, Amazon Web Service business owners, partners, whatever you want to call them, right? Amazon isn't in the business of manufacturing goods and then selling them. To my knowledge, there are some Amazon branded products, right? Some, not all, okay? They do a lot of business, all right, with everybody. Amazon ships itself. Amazon is going to be the main benefactor here. I haven't even noticed many of the prices going up too much. I've noticed a lot have doubled on Amazon because you have the price tracker at the bottom. I just won't buy those items. I've already looked for alternatives on some of these items, which I'm sure other people are doing, right? But Amazon is going to be taking money from Purolator, money from FedEx, money from UPS, left and right, guys. I'd be bullish on Amazon, right? Very bearish on FedEx and UPS. And UPS is already way down. Plus, they paid all their people all this extra money. They've had problems. They're way down. They're almost like at a low in my mind. If anything, money is going to move out of FedEx and into UPS. But I don't want to be bullish on UPS until we know what's the full impact of this. Let's get some real numbers here. I sincerely believe, even more now so, that FedEx is going to have negative earnings. I can't, for the life of me, and this video is going to go out there, and if it goes up, it goes up. We've seen crazier things in the market, guys. We've seen a double miss, and the stock rallies. We've seen Oracle give a mixed earnings, and it pumps. The options were up 120,000%. Wow, isn't that nice? But we've seen companies with a double beat, and then they just fall. What was it? It wasn't Seagate, was it? Was it Seagate? I don't know. There's too many stocks that I talk about on a daily basis. It's in the Discord. If you want to know what the hell I'm talking about, the link will be below. The link will be in the description, pinned in the comments, as always. It's in the Discord. Get in the Discord, and you'll be able to figure it out, because you can do a search. You could just search double beat, because I would have said double beat and then been ranting about what the hell's going on here. It was like a double beat and an earnings guide higher. Oh, it was they just reported, I want to say like this week, even could be last week. Double beat. It was very minimal. Might have been Lulu. God, I feel like it wasn't Lulu. Too many tickers, guys. Too many tickers. Back to, for getting off track. FedEx, I'm going short. How much short is the issue here, though? Is it going to be like 175? God, I can only hope. Or is it going to just be flat? Maybe it's flat. If you pull that chart back, it's looking pretty bloated even here, though. Like the all-time high is 330. It's 230. But the low is like 80, right? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the video I got for you. I just wanted to say I went out, did some DD of my own. Do your own DD. Maybe go out. You still have until tomorrow. Go to your local UPS, you know, wherever. If it's in a grocery store or whatever, a drugstore, or if it's like a physical store, go to the UPS. Go to the FedEx. Go to the Purelator. Spend an hour. Do your own DD. Let me know in the comments. This is what my people said in my city. This is what they said. Let's help each other out here, guys. Do some calls even. Just call the local business. If you don't want to drive around, call them. Say, hey, I just have a few questions. Can I have 3 minutes of your time? All right? Put it in the comments. Let's figure it out. Put it in the Discord if you're in the Discord. Please. I'd love to know because every region is different. Canada is really suffering. The girl at the UPS was really like, oh, fuck, we got a lot of people losing their jobs and no one's working and no one even has part-time jobs and shit. So I don't know. She must have some even more information there that, like, maybe they had to lay off their part-timer or fuck, I don't even know. But basically, she was saying it was pretty bad and the Canada Post was saying it was really bad. So I'd like to hear what your regional couriers are seeing about their traffic. Thanks, guys. Free.